We told you the big left-hander, Steve Trout. And I want to tell you, I batted against his dad all the years that Dizzy Trout was a great right-hand pitcher for the Detroit Tigers. And this kid, a lot taller than his dad, but he is just about as outstanding a pitcher right now. He's having a little problem. He had a good record with the Cubs. As we get a look at part of the crowd here, and the reason that it's not completely filled right now, they're having a lot of traffic problems. But before this day is over, we could have a full house here. And one of the men that's brought a lot of fans over here from Summit, New Jersey, leading off, White, Willie Wilson.
Willie Wilson disdained the scholarship as we look at the umpires here. Jim McKean behind the plate, Tim McClellan at first, Larry Young at second, John Shulock at third. Wilson disdaining a scholarship, football scholarship at the University of Maryland to play baseball. And the ball game is underway, and that's foul off third base. Wilson batting .285, 3 home runs, and the RBIs look small, but he's only gotten 13 runs batted in this year. But he got triple last night in the 5th inning, left stranded, and he leads the majors with 11 triples. 1-1. You're looking at Trout making his 3rd start as a Yankee. He's pitched 11 innings, given up 14 hits, 10 earned runs. His ERA 8.1. That's very high. 3 home runs in 11 innings pitched. He's walked 4, struck out 4, and 0-2 this year with the New York Yankees since being acquired from the Chicago Cubs. And his last 2 starts with the Cubbies, he pitched shutouts.
2 shutouts, yep.
That'll be out of play. Funny because Gene Michael, I don't think, the former general manager, and first base coach and third base coach here, didn't want Dallas Green to trade.
No, he
Steve
knew
Trout.
nothing about it. He was very upset, as was this young man right here.
Oh, 1-2 on Willie Wilson. Well, Dallas Green said, I don't tell Gene Michael when to bunt. He shouldn't tell me who to trade. Green is outspoken.
Yes, he is, definitely.
1-2 on Wilson. Got him, struck him out.
I want to tell you, he pitched Wilson. Even the balls that Willie fouled off were tough pitches. That's the toughest he's been pitched to all year, I believe.
Well, it's hard to follow that motion with Trout.
Yeah, the way he lifts that leg and the elbows. And
So Wilson goes down on strikes for the first out, and that'll bring up Lonnie Smith, the designated hitter. And he goes after a bad pitch. Smith signed, first of all, he was released by the Royals. They didn't sign him after last year. Then I think when the Royals found out they might lose Bo Jackson to football, they went back and got Lonnie Smith.
And same kind of pitch. Boy, he ripped the commissioner, and he ripped everybody in the paper yesterday.
Evidently, he's getting away with a lot still.
Yeah, he's crazy to say those things, didn't you think?
Well, he said there was no monitoring of his payments for charity.
Now he says I've only paid $40,000. He got another $40,000 to go.
Well, he also has some commitments for charity to take care of. Well, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Smith. Into center field, Roberto Kelly will get his first chance at a big league fly ball. And there's 1 down.
He was not nervous one bit, the young man. He handled that beautifully. And it's got to be strange out there with all that room. I don't believe he's ever played in a ballpark this large with so much room to his right, left, and in back of him. But watch how nicely he handles it. And he's a 2-hand catcher, which is unusual.
Well, he'll learn to snatch if he stays around long enough. 2 outs, and that'll bring up Kevin Seitzer, the third baseman.
Look at this. Hudson didn't read his contract very carefully, did he? He's out there hosing down the bullpen.
Well, he's helping the ground crew.
All right, Charlie, that's the spirit. Hasn't worked too much lately, so I guess
looks like a fireman, doesn't it?
Yes, he does.
Well, it's what he's supposed to be, right? A fireman.
Oh, you're right.
Coming out of the bullpen.
Very good.
He's been coming in with gasoline, though.
instead of the water, huh?
2 balls, no strikes on Kevin Seitzer. He's batting .310. And that's a strike low and away, 2-1. Talking about Seitzer, he'll get some votes in the Rookie of the Year voting. But right now, as we mentioned, after we thought a bit, Mark McGwire of the Oakland Athletics, probably a shoe-in.
Would you see?
Wasn't Canseco last year from Oakland?
Yes. Yep.
So the A's have a pretty good future. 3 balls and a strike on Seitzer. Fouled off third. As I remember Trout, Scooter, from his White Sox days, he got a lot of ground balls when he kept the ball down.
Yes, he did.
Ball sunk well for him. He also seemed to be a little bit like Joe Cowley around the 5th or 6th inning. Sometimes his mind would wander a little bit.
That's right.
Got him. That'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down as Steve Trout strikes out 2. We played a half inning. Kansas City nothing. The Yankees are coming up.
Right at second. Angel Salazar, the shortstop. Kevin Seitzer over at third base. Bo Jackson in left field. Willie Wilson in center field. Danny Tartabull in right field. And behind the plate is Larry Owen. Now this kid out in the mound, White, is, I mean, he's got a world of stuff. He pitched some tremendous games in the playoffs and World Series for Kansas City, this Danny Jackson, but he's got a terrible 1-loss record. He's won 4 and lost 12.
Well, as you mentioned last night when you talked about Gubaza, the walk strikeout ratio is not very good. He has,
yeah, that's right, there it is,
struck out 95, walked 65 in 130 innings. So that's walking a man every other inning. So Jackson pitching to Roberto Kelly, making his major league debut here. This is his first at-bat. Kelly was playing at Columbus. Played 102 games there, hit 300, 10 home runs, 54 runs batted in. He's from Panama City, Panama. Begin to think about a couple of, well, one great player that played the big leagues, Rod Carew from Panama. How about Hector Lopez?
Hector Lopez.
With the Yankees. Excellent, excellent outfielder, good hitter. No balls, 2 strikes. Hector still living in the area.
Roberto a little late on that one.
Well, you got to be a little nervous the first time up.
We saw him hit some in spring training a long ways.
You know, in his minor league career, though, he was not, or has not been a long ball hitter.
That's right.
He's been in the minors since 1982, and the most home runs he hit before this year was 3 in 114 games in 1985. So Kelly down on strikes as Jackson keeps the ball down, and there's 1 away. That'll bring up Henry Cotto. We're playing the bottom of the first, no score in the game. Cotto batting .253 with 5 home runs and 16 runs batted in. Well, later on tonight, Boston will be at Toronto, and the White Sox will be in Detroit to play the Tigers. Both, in fact, all 3 teams won yesterday. The Yankees still lead the Tigers by a half game. Blue Jays still 1 game back. And it's a strike on Cotto. He's done an excellent job for the Yankees filling in. That's foul off third base. Had an excellent idea, but the ball was too far down and in.
Well, he could have walked to first base. Seitzer was way back.
That's 2 strikes on Cotto.
He's showing a lot of power. Hit some balls so deep that no one has expected of him. Somebody said he's been lifting weights, whatever it is.
He's been eating pasta.
All right, that'll do it.
And he went after a bad pitch down and in. Cotto becomes the second strikeout victim for Danny Jackson, and there are 2 outs.
I said Jackson pitched Kelly and Cotto, very tough. See how he does with Mattingly.
Oh, Mattingly hits well against Jackson, although Jackson's a tough left-hander. Overall, Don batting .335, 18 home runs, 69 runs batted in. Strike one. Yankees have now won 60 games, lost 40. The Tigers have won 58, lost 39. They're a half game back. Right to the shortstop, Salazar. He's got a good arm, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. We played 1. Yankees nothing, Kansas City nothing.
The seed is planted.
The game, they missed everything I said up to prior to the game.
Well,
so
I'm not.
We'll have to repeat that.
This is George Brett leading off against Steve Trout. Repeat it.
I can't now because we're looking at Trout. I'll do it later on. But
well, I'll listen to you. Nobody else will, but I will. That'll be out of play down the left side. Go on while he's chasing his foul ball.
Anyway, today at the game,
yeah,
they have these movie stars here. Tom Hanks, one who made a big splash in the movie Splash. Very funny man. Penny Marshall, who's great on TV. And there they are. They're watching the game right there. There's let's see, is that Tom Hanks biting on the glove? Yes, that's Tom Hanks. And they're here doing a film, and they're taking all different shots of them watching a game and getting excited. And I asked them if they needed any help because I have watched many games.
Now what you want to do is get some money as an extra.
That's right. I tried to get it. Look at him.
Nice bouncer for Bonilla at second base, and Brett's the first out here in the second inning.
One of our other buddies, Ed Lauder. There he is. Well, he's ready. Hanks is ready. Anyway, Ed Lauder is here down in Ed Aragone's box. But Ed has been playing. You know, I told him, I said, Ed, listen, you're getting a terrible reputation. Every time I see him, he's killing somebody or breaking their leg or hitting them over the head. But he's an excellent actor.
Anybody else here today?
Let's see. Wait a minute.
Any players around? Is Frank White here?
Yes, he's batting, by the way.
He's batting .239, 8 home runs, 46 runs batted in. Into right center, Dave Winfield calling. And they're 2 outs. Well, so far, Scooter, Trout has retired the first 5 Royals.
His ball is really moving. And I think he's given a little extra because he realizes the front of the hometown fans. His first opportunity to pitch in front of them.
You think he thinks of these fans as hometown fans already?
Oh, yeah, you got a point there. Naturally, because I do all the time, but.
Danny Tartabull fouls it back, strike 1. I wonder how long it really takes for a player to begin to feel at home in a different town after he's been traded.
Well, never having been traded, I don't know. You might be able to shed a little light on that subject, White.
Who's that?
There is Lev Pope.
Oh, Marty Appel is there also.
Marty Appel and some of the big honchos.
Oh, Danny Tartabull goes down on strikes. That's 6 in a row for Steve Trout. And at the end of 1.5 innings of play, Yankees nothing, Royals nothing. Let's pause for station identification.
Well, as we have mentioned, the hitting has been kind of scarce lately. Pitching has been great. Defense great. Looks like another one so far today, White.
And so far, Danny Jackson has struck out 2 of the 3 Yankees he's faced, and Steve Trout has struck out 3 of the 6 Royals that he has faced. And you know, when he gets down to Bo Jackson, he might have another pretty good shot at getting another K, and Bo will lead off for the Royals next inning. Here's Winfield batting .286, 21 home runs, 72 runs batted in for the Yankees. We're in the bottom of the second inning, no score.
I remember, White, last night you saying how important it was for Winfield to get a piece of the ball when we had runners at first and third with nobody out.
You mean when the Yankees had runners at first and third, nobody out?
What'd I say? Oh, I said we, yes. We, the Yankees.
Yeah.
And he did hit the ball, got the double play, but if he hadn't hit the ball, they would not have scored in that.
You're right. and they pick up.
You were right.
Oh, you know, you're right. 1-1 on Winfield. That's foul.
Oh, man.
1-2. We've got a new third baseman for the Royals. Bill Pacoda replaces Kevin Seitzer for some reason. We have not gotten the reason. There's Pacoda. A lot of new names around baseball. Whatever happened to that kid with Seattle? Jack Perconti.
Yeah, they got rid of him that next year. Somebody brought him back a year later for a little while.
I think Pittsburgh called him back. That was a foul tip off the bat of Winfield, so he's out. That's the third strikeout for Jackson. I think Pittsburgh gave him a shot.
That's right, they did.
That's the way the Pirates have been playing, or had been playing over the last few years. They've got to give just about anybody a shot.
That's true.
Gary Ward, the designated hitter. He's hitting .258, 11 home runs, and 62 runs batted in. Out of play. See, this year, Pittsburgh playing better, although they're 9 under 500 and in last place in the East. 145, lost 54. That's fouled. 2 strikes.
They just said that Kevin Seitzer injured his hand, his left hand, down in Baltimore swinging the bat, and he's having trouble holding on to the bat because in these first 2 games he has had an outstanding year so far, and he really wasn't swinging the bat well.
1-2. And Ward held up. It's 2-2 on Gary Ward. He's batting .258, 11 home runs and 62 runs batted in. Ward got off to an excellent start, producing a lot of runs for the Yankees and hitting for average. He's dropped a bit now, and it's 3-2 on Gary Ward. Yankees have played a lot better against left-handed pitching since they acquired Gary Ward. Ron Kittle also did a good job against left-handers. Deep left field, Bo Jackson makes the catch. Well, Jackson playing left field, and this is a tough left field here at Yankee Stadium. And he showed his athletic abilities. He said that ball jumped up on him quickly.
I tell you, he has made some sensational catches this year, and you're right, White. Athletic ability paid off here because he kind of misjudged it, and the ball's hit so hard, but this is the toughest left field in baseball. Look at this, though. I mean, he stayed with it. Well, they learn how to fall gracefully when you're a football player. A lot of times you learn how to fall when you tackle and land on somebody.
You mean when some of those 280-pound tackles land on him?
Looks like he hit his elbow a little bit.
Of course, you're a former football player.
That's why I'm saying I knew how to fall, White. I never was injured in all my career in football.
Great quarterback over at Richmond Hill. Here's Juan Bonilla. He's been up 8 times, has 2 hits. 1-1.
His ball's really moving, Bill, at Jackson, just like Trout's. And normally, a day game after a night game, the hitters are not too sharp.
Why, I wonder?
I don't know. They don't, for one thing, they very short night, and I think there is a difference. I'm sorry I have to explain it. I don't know why, really, but when White asks me a question, I'm obligated to answer.
You could always say, I don't know.
No, I hate to admit and say I don't know.
2-2 on Bonilla, because I don't know.
But usually I can fake an answer and make it sound like it's a real answer, but that time I was stumped.
And he laid off that pitch down and in. Looks like Jackson wants to go there to get the strikeout on most of the Yankee batters. And the count now is full on Juan Bonilla. With 2 outs, nobody on in the second, no score in the game. Neither team with a base hit, neither team with a base runner.
Yeah, that pitch is very difficult to do anything but foul it off. That's
sort of like Guidry's, that quick slider.
The quick slider down and in, right.
It's not thrown as hard, but it's still running down and in on the right-handers. But still 3-2 on Bonilla. Salazar, the shortstop. Plenty of time. That'll retire the side. 6 in a row now for Danny Jackson. We've played 2 in the score. Yankees nothing, Royals nothing.
Like he's doing right now, he will cut that 130 strikeouts down to about 40.
Wait a minute, what's this?
Yankees drafted him back in June of '82. He stayed at Auburn, played football.
No kidding.
Yeah. Rizzuto at third base.
Look at him go, huh?
For 1 away.
Did you play football, Billy, when you were?
I'm not on the high school team, Phil. I played. My mother wouldn't sign that contract because a kid in our neighborhood got a broken back.
Oh yeah, that.
But I played semi-pro football and I loved it.
Tough sport.
We used baseball spikes.
Angel Salazar.
White, the villain has showed up. Ed Lotta. He's a nice guy, but plays mean in the movies. It really. Because all these young kids like John Moore, they see and they think, see that guy.
2 strikes on Salazar.
Trout's fastball is tailing Bill, and that's
I was going to ask you. You saw him pitch his first 2 games. I think the opening game, first game he pitched was in Chicago. The next one was in Texas. What's he doing differently?
Not anything differently. He's just having a little more success. But he's a real good pitcher, and I think he's pitched pretty good in the last 2 outings. Right now, he's as sharp as he's ever been.
Well, he just got a strike on the outside corner. That's his 4th strikeout, and there are 2 outs. I think with him, it's ball movement. His ball movement runs a lot.
That's correct. He's got to get that ball, start the middle part of the plate and hit the outside corner on his fastball, and then the breaking ball's inside and kind of set the hitter up a little bit. And also, Bill, he's got to know the American League hitters himself. He just can't depend on somebody else telling him.
And, of course, it's changed since he was here with the White Sox.
That's correct.
Here's Larry Owen, the catcher for the Royals, a .212 hitter with 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in. And it's strike 1.
He's painting that corner right now. He's got a what was that word? Well done brush right now. He's brushing the corners good.
And he moves Owen back. 1-1.
That's one thing he's been able to do all these years he's pitched.
That's a trait of his dad, too, wasn't it?
Oh, man. No toe holds with old Diz pitching.
Took a little off. That ball went down. 1-2 on Larry Owen.
Well, George, if you're listening out there, I'll still stand by the fact that this young man right here on the mound, when it comes right down to the end, will be the answer for us winning the pennant.
1-2 on Larry Owen. And that ball is outside. 2-2.
Who are you talking to, George Burns? Who's?
George Steinbrenner, the boss.
Steinbrenner.
He's coming tomorrow, Phil.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I clean up all the ushers. Everybody looks good.
Now it's 3-2. So far, Trout has retired 8 straight Royals. 1 ball hit to the outfield. He has struck out 4. And got a couple of ground balls for the other 2 outs. 3-2. Struck him out. 5th strikeout for Steve Trout. 9 straight for the left-hander. Bottom of the 3rd coming up. Yankees nothing, Royals nothing. Between the Yankees and the Royals, and the boys of Binghamton.
That's right, Binghamton.
The Scuda.
They got a lot of Yankee fans out there. Scotty Gow, Matt Botnick, all of them down here watching the games.
Rizzuto takes the ball. He's batting .242, 19 home runs and 51 runs batted in. The Yankees at one point have a farm team in Binghamton.
Oh, yes.
Did Whitey Ford pitch there?
Whitey pitched there. The late George Sternweiss played there. Thurman Munson played there.
Baggs holds up. It's 2-0.
I played an exhibition game there when I was with the Yankees. Talking about Binghamton, New York, Billy Martin. Used to be a Yankee farm team.
That's where Whitey Ford started. Lefty Gomez was the manager.
Just what White said.
Right to George Brett at first base, and there's one away. Brett had Rizzuto played perfectly. That'll bring up Rick Cerrone, the pitcher.
The pitcher.
He's listed on top of the Yankee pitchers, you know. No, he pitched an inning, gave up no runs.
That's right.
ERA of .00.
There was a time in baseball when you weren't allowed to do that. You couldn't bring an infielder or
You have
nothing.
to designate him before, didn't you?
That's correct.
Well, with 24 people now, I guess you're going to see, well, we've seen a lot of that. 24-man roster.
Well, it goes way back. Remember, Colavito pitched, Gene Michael pitched.
But they had to be on the list. They had a designated list, an extra list of people who were not actually pitchers who could
I don't know
pitch.
how many hours before the game or something, but you have to put them on as
You got to be kidding.
a possible pitcher.
1-1 on Cerrone. That's low. We've seen Jackson keep the ball down so far. He has struck out 3 Yankees, and he's retired 7 straight Yankees.
Lowest earned run average on the Yankees. He committed a balk, though. Did you see that?
Jammed in. Salazar at short. Takes plenty of time. I think he committed 3 or 4 balks. They only called 1 of them.
Yeah. He never did stop.
Well, when you're losing, you lose a ball game 20-3, I guess they let you get away with a little more.
I like that Salazar realized he had a lot of time. Came right over the top.
Wayne
Steady
Towson.
infielder.
Oh, yes. Very.
Towson batting .234, a home run, 22 runs batted in. Jackson matching Trout. And to left field. Jackson once again fighting the sun. Size retired, 9 straight for Danny Jackson. At the end of 3 on the Dodge scoreboard, the Yankees nothing, Kansas City nothing. Zeros across the board starting the 4th. Here's the scooter, Phil Rizzuto.
All right. So I'll be the jinx and say it. Got a double no-hitter going. A double perfect game going.
Is that a double jinx?
Right, well, yes. I'd say that Trout and Danny Jackson have had unbelievable control of all their pitches, not just one pitch. Both retired 9 in a row. All right, that Tollison. Oh, he came up throwing. That's 10 in a row. That is the best ball they've hit off Trout, that ground ball, Billy.
That ball was inside on him.
Yep. See, Tollison, I like the way he comes up. Reminds you of Bucky Dent a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got the sure hands out there.
Honey Smith flied to center, and he bounces it foul. Oh, nice play by Pags, even though it was foul.
Now, when the pitcher paints the corner like that, Phil, the hitters aren't going to give him too much to paint because they're going to go after him right away if they can.
All-time Smith hit list. Oh, all the Smiths. Reggie Smith. Oh, 2020.
That was a famous name in the Western days too. You know. Also in the 50s when you want to get a motel room. Billy Smith.
How about cough drops too?
Right.
But Reggie Smith, did he end up in Japan? We've got a lot of ball players over in Japan.
Reggie, yeah, I managed against Reggie.
Oh, yeah? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, man, he was fooled on it. They better hurry. He's got a double. Oh, he stopped. All right. Whoa, man, that was a tough throw for Bonilla to handle. As Cotto fired a short one-hopper, but he was fooled on this pitch, Billy, and fought it off and got the base hit.
It was a 2-iron shot, Bill.
Yeah.
Right off the ground.
That's the first base runner of the ball game. So that breaks up the double no-hitter, perfect game. Got 1 left. Smith, excellent base runner. Bill Pecota is the batter. took over for Kevin Seitzer, who we told you had a bad hand. That's high ball 1.
Where did this young man play it last year? Dakota.
Trying to see.
Oh, I just
but
said
he's doing all right now. He's batting .400. He's only been up 30 times with 12 hits. He has 2 homers and 2 runs batted in. Big kid. On the inside corner, 1-1. No score in the top of the 4th. Oh, what a bluff. Fouled it back. Took a little bit off. Had him out in front. Lonnie Smith at first gave a good bluff. Find him, Billy?
He's been in the minor leagues since '81, Phil.
Ooh.
It's a long time.
How tall is he? 6'2". That is a long time. Has he had any
Sacramento.
good years?
No.
No. Now,
Maybe.
Trout has had problems holding runners on. Sarasota's first year he batted .317. Nope. He doesn't have one of those tricky left-handed moves. When you're that big, it's tough to have a good move.
I just keeping him honest over there at first base. Let him know that he's aware he's there. You like to see a pitcher do that.
Just outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Saw that graphic there, that stat. He'd in 7 years in the Royals minor league system.
This is a good running situation right here, Phil.
Uh-oh, that could be, no, Winfield's going to get there and makes the catch. Boy, anything hitting those corners could really be trouble. Smith back to first, 2 men out. Just on the edge of the warning track.
Well, he's already gotten a sign from the third base coach, so apparently they wanted to give it early for some reason, Phil. We'll wait and see. He's got that nonchalant lead over there. That's usually when they're running.
A lot of times you could pick up when that guy's going to go from first base. I'll tell you, on each pitch, though, Smith has taken a half step back towards first.
Yes, Trout's got him breaking back.
So far, let's see if he can. Ball 1 to Brett, who bounced to second base his first time up. 2 out, no score. He did it again, and that slider hit the outside corner, 1-1.
A lot of runners will come back to the bench and say, I know you had the steal on, Skip, but I couldn't get a jump. And you say, okay, stay there, pal. If you can't get a jump, no sense in trying to steal. He's probably giving a sign out, please. Please run.
Picking his shirt, putting one hand on the other. Just missed with that slider. 2 balls and a strike.
Jose Martinez over there at third base. He had been coaching first base. Gardner got the job. He moved to third.
Bounced right to second base, and Bonilla will throw him out. No runs, a hit, no errors. A man left at the end of 3.5. It's the Royals nothing and the Yankees nothing.
Well, back here it's 0-0. Yankees batting in the bottom half of the 4th inning. They'll send up. Whoa, they won't send her up. They'll send up Roberto Kelly, Henry Cotto, and Don Mattingly.
She's here 2 days too early. Tigers don't come until the weekend, do they?
All right, Roberto Kelly will lead off. He struck out his first time up and takes a strike.
Now, there's a big series. You're mentioning the Tigers coming in.
That's
Sure
true,
is.
but you know that. Wait, after this pitch. High fly. Just got under it in right field. Chartable. And he one-hands it, 1 man out. That Jack Morris has not won a game since July the 4th. Just thought I'd throw that out and see what kind of reaction I would get.
I almost.
Well, you can look at it a couple ways.
All right. Give me just one way, somebody that I'll know you're listening to me.
Well, you're worried about him being due because he's a heck of a pitcher.
Oh, see, I don't look at it that way. I always look at the positive side.
His negative.
His negative, right. Ball 1. Henry Cotto struck out his first time up.
How many innings has he gone, Phil, in that streak? Has he gone long or got knocked out early?
I didn't quite get to that, Martin. I was not...
well, they played well without him, though.
That's
the
right.
Tigers have.
Base hit ripped to left field. So we will not have any no-hitter or perfect game. And both times it was the second man in the lineup and his second time at bat that got the base hit. And now Mattingly. And I would have to say that Mattingly's hand is still bothering him, or his wrist. Remember when he hurt it at first, he couldn't pull the ball. He was hitting everything in left field. So far, everything he's hit has been to left field.
Maybe they're pitching him out there too, Phil.
That could be. Ball 1. He bounced to short his first time up.
Of course, if a man's wrist bothers him, you usually try to jam him.
Ooh, was that a balk?
That was very close.
He almost stepped right towards home plate. 1 out. Strike 2. He did not swing, but he said the curve caught the corner.
If it did, it just barely.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Is it 1 ball, 2 strikes?
I think it's 1-1, Phil.
1-1. Hey, there's nothing wrong with his wrist. Holy cow, a great catch by Tartable. Jackson made one in left, and Tartable makes one in right.
Well, so far, they're coming up with the plays that slow us down, but that's a good sign. We're hitting the ball well.
Well, Jackson's getting that ball up a little higher now, too. That ball was up in the wheelhouse. Mattingly hit it hard. Here's Tartable.
Boy, that's as high as you can reach after a leap.
Fine play.
So there are 2 men out now. Dave Winfield, who struck out his first time up. Cotto back at first. No score. Bottom of the 4th. Foul back, strike 1.
Dave doesn't get cheated at the plate. He
No.
jumped on that first pitch right there. You like to see that once in a while, Phil.
You got her.
Pitch was right down Broadway.
There goes Cotto. Oh, they got him. What a throw. Holy cow. That Owen got rid of that like an infielder making a double play. So no runs are hit, no errors, nobody left. End of 4. It's Kansas City nothing and the Yankees nothing.
Kraft crazy.
I know it. I can't help. He's such a nice guy. But anyway, I thought really because of the traffic and giving baseballs and helmets away that we would really have it. They're still coming in, though. Seats are filling up. Strike 1 is that off-speed pitch to Frank White. White flied to right field his first time up. Strike 2, tailing down and away. One section has filled up with the kids from Fair Lawn Recreation. Big signs. Kids really having a picnic here today. They get a baseball and a helmet. Just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-2. I'll tell you, when you pitch like that, they just don't expect that ball inside. And it keeps them a little loose. Uh-oh. That's gone foul. Whoa. It's a weird angle from here. That'll really look fair from here, but naturally the umpire's right there looking at it. That was an off-speed pitch. And speaking of the kids that I was just talking about before, today we have the Con Edison Yankee kids visiting the stadium. Bouncer to third deep. Pags throw. All right. Good stretch by Mattingly, and they got him. That's it. This is a tough play, White. He stumbles a little bit.
He's got a strong arm, though.
Yep.
You know, a lot of guys will follow through after they throw the ball, but Pagliarulo doesn't do that.
No, I know it.
He'll take the body through, but he doesn't really do that.
They're the Con Ed kids, Bill, that we were talking about. This is the 20th year of the Con Edison Yankee kid program. Foul back.
Think Randolph's out there watching the game?
Yeah, well, Willie was...
As an alumnus?
He saw his first Major League game. You're right, as a guest of the Con Edison Yankees. All right. But there are going to be 78,000 youngsters, 8 to 16 years of age, that will get tickets without charge. Danny Tannenbaum has a count of 0-2 on him. One out here in the top of the fifth, no score. His father, Jose, hit only 2 homers in his career. He was a line drive hitter with a lot of speed, Jose Tannenbaum. And Danny got all the power. That's foul upstairs and out of play. Steve Trout. Kind of makes you feel bad when you think of Britt Burns, Bill. I'm 2 big, tall left-handers. The injury he had just missed.
Well, you had a feeling, though, that Burns had hip problems for quite a while.
That's right. They both kind of pitch the same way, kind of stiff. Low, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Steve Trout's idol is Tommy John.
Is that right?
One of his most prized possessions when he was a kid was a Tommy John glove. Of course, it was, what's the word you use, glommed? Is that what you say? It was stolen while he was a kid.
Ball 4, and that's the first base on balls given up by either pitcher in the ball game. First man to receive a free pass. And it brings up Bo Jackson, who bounced to third his first time up. He was just whistled out of the box. You see him looking down at the third base coach, Martinez.
I don't think they're going to use him for the hit and run, though. He swings and misses too often. They might give Tannenbaum the steal, but I don't think they'd have the hit and run on with Jackson. Of course, a lot of times that makes the hitter, if he is an experienced hitter, wait and watch the ball better when you do put the hit and run on.
Get a piece of the ball.
Little Raider umbrella here.
Ball 1. Somebody said Bo Jackson brought that with him. Throw to first, but he's back. Be interesting to see Bo's reaction. I've been reading a lot about what these first-round picks from the college teams say when they get their first taste of a spring practice and see these. Some of them said, "I've never seen men so big in my life," and they're not the first team.
Well, he's not going to be able to make those preseason.
Oh, that's
trainings.
right.
No,
that's
he'll
right.
get in there within 4 or 5
Everybody's
games.
in shape. Oh, Off-speed pitch. Boy, you had him set up for that beautifully. Bo looking for the fastball way out in front. 2 balls and a strike. Saw that how far out in front he was, and right over the top. Ball just dipped down. And ripped foul back into the seats. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 man out in the top of the 5th, no score. Trout throws over there just to let him know he knows they're there, but he hasn't fooled anybody yet or been close to picking anybody off. Stoddard leading away. Bounce to third, base hit in the hole. And Stoddard rounds second and holds on. So that time he waited a little longer on the off-speed pitch breaking down and pulled a base hit to left field. So Bo Jackson gets the second hit of the ball game off Trout. And Angel Salazar, struck out, will be the batter. No score. Yankees set up for the double play. Ball 1. See the infield in double play depth.
Yankees have to be careful for the double steal here too. The Royals aren't scoring that many runs. A lot of times the manager will start gambling.
All right. That's right. They take you by surprise. You got to be alert. Oh, way outside, 2-0. And now Mark Connor's going to come out. He saw something. Might be rushing his pitches a little bit. First time in the ball game that 2 men have been on base, and any 1 inning for either side.
Looked a little strange for a while there.
Yes, it did. The motion did not look like anybody we've used to seeing.
Nor did the number. Who was that? That sinker baller, Mike Armstrong. Didn't he wear 36?
He did. His problem was his sinker ball didn't sink enough. He missed outside, 3-0. Trying to be a little too fine. In danger of loading him up. Strike 1, 3-1. Now they got to be careful.
Well, they don't want to walk Salazar. This guy's a 200 hitter.
Right.
And you want to make him swing the bat.
As Martinez given the sign, I think they
probably
might...
told him to take, you think?
Let's see. Base hit, right field. He will not score, though, with Winfield's arm. But that's an example of what we were saying. If you are called on a hit and run, was not a hit and run. Fortunately for the Yankees, it wasn't. But you just keep your eye on the ball and hit wherever it's pitched, and you get a piece of it. So the bases are loaded with 1 out, and Larry Owen, the batter, he struck out his first time up. No score, but the Royals have the bases loaded with 1 out. So he's going to pitch from the stretch position, even though he could pitch with the windup. And it could be 2. He steps on second, throws to first. They got him. Great reflexes by Wayne Tolleson. Holy cow. Only a little guy could pull that off, White. Big double play. At the end of 5, it's the Royals 0 and the Yankees.
He had gone by second base, but he backed up, touched up, and turned the double play and kept the Kansas City Royals off the board. So the Yankees The one thing we stressed earlier, Scooter, the Yankees playing a lot better defense this year, and the players this year aren't complaining about the infield. So the grounds crew, evidently, they have done their job.
They really have.
They're not committing any errors this year, the grounds crew.
No, I tell you, that is great. But that was the first scoring opportunity, really, for either team. And there's part of the grounds crew in there with the cameraman. Dave Winfield, who was at bat when Henry Cotto was thrown out trying to steal to end the bottom of the fourth, will lead off. And it's a breaking ball over strike one to Dave. Dave struck out his first time up. And a one-hopper to third base, and Pacoda fires him out, one away. One out, it'll bring up Gary Ward, who was robbed of a base hit on a fine leaping, rolling catch by Bo Jackson. All right, Gary Ward now. High ball one. Danny Jackson, and he laid off 3 balls, no strikes. Strike one. Ground ball hit to third, and again Pacoda. And Brett had to come off the bag, goes back, touches up. So he was behind 3-0, and now there are 2 men out. Handled it nicely. Juan Bonilla bounced to short his first time up. Ball one. Bonilla batting .222. And off the fist, that might drop in. It will drop in. Took a big swing and hit it right on the handle. And the Yankees pick up their second hit of the ball game.
There's that big hitch. Ball got in on him. Couldn't place it any better.
Nope. Almost rolls out of Jackson's glove, but he holds on to it. And now Pags, who bounced to first base his first time up. No score, bottom of the 5th.
Somebody said something to Jackson as he bounced off. Somebody from the Royal bench. I think they want the outfield to play more straight away, but they're still playing, at least to Wilson center field, playing Paliolo to pull.
He swung, could not check it. Strike one. Pags bounced out to first base his first time up. 2 men are out. And that's fouled upstairs, out of play, 0-2.
Billy Gardner, the manager. Jose Martinez, the coach, to Gardner's left.
Just outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jackson has not walked anyone in the ball game.
And he had walked a man every other inning coming into this ball game.
You're right. He checked, and he couldn't check his swing. He's out of there, didn't run, and he's tagged. Man, that was way out of the strike zone. Strikeout number 4. No runs a hit, no errors, a man left at the end of 5. Royals nothing and the Yankees nothing. Going to the top of the 6th inning of the scoreless ball game. Now, we mentioned at the top of the show that usually a day game after a night game, not many runs are scored. But we didn't think it'd be this, a double shutout. Willie Wilson has struck out and bounced to short. Foul upstairs and out of play, strike 1. Another foul back upstairs and out of play. 0-2.
Well, Wilson late on the fastball.
Well, that Trout's been throwing a lot of off-speed pitches, and he must have them a little puzzled up there. They haven't had too many good cuts at him. Oh, man, he got him. Well out of the strike zone, but a good moving slider down and in.
This is the 2nd time Wilson's gone down on strikes. No way he can hit that ball and hit it fair. 2nd strike time Wilson has struck out. Strikeout number 6 for Steve Trout.
All right, here's Lonnie Smith. Fly to center and single to left field. Foul tip, strike 1. You know, I saw our buddy White, the little leprechaun, Danny Lawler. Haven't seen him in a long time. He's over in Ireland all the time. Foul. Back out of play.
Doing well?
Yes. As a matter of fact, he was on his way to play golf.
Used to be a golf teacher.
Used to be a golf pro, right?
What's the difference?
Well, a teacher. Well, there really is no difference. You're right. You're right. No, you're right, White. You're.
For a pro is not necessarily a teacher.
That's right. Now you're right. Now you got a pro is not necessarily a teacher, but a teacher is a pro. Because to be a teacher, you've got to be a pro. Oh, just inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No runs, 3 hits for the Royals. No runs, 2 hits for the Yankees. That's high, 2-2. Trout looking for his first win as a Yankee, and he's doing his job out there, holding the Royals scoreless. High and outside, 3-2. He laid off and lost him, trying to get him to nibble. That's the 2nd walk given up by Steve Trout, and right away that brings action out in the bullpen, as Cerrone's going to go out and stall for a little time. Well, that's one thing managers look for.
Stoddard up this time. Arnsberger had been up last inning. Now Tim Stoddard gets up, and he'll leisurely loosen up.
All right, soon as even though Trout is pitching a tremendous ball game, once they start missing around the plate, could be that they get a little tired. Lonnie Smith did not have much success with getting a good lead off Trout his last time on base. Kept heading back to first as Trout would deliver to the plate.
Might have been decoying.
Oh, look at this. Just for, man, that would have been, oh, that would have been the softest double of the year if that one to hit fair, hit it right off the end of the bat. Got to chalk up a little bit. One strike on Bill Pecota. One man out. No score. Top of the sixth. Oh, man. He was going to go and had to go back to first. Good thing Trout decided to throw. When he does throw to the plate, if they guess right, they get a tremendous jump. No, pitch out. Yep. Cerrone almost stumbled, but Lonnie Smith was not going.
A lot of managers like to run or hit and run after a pitch out.
Right. And some daring managers will call for another pitch out. If I was daring, I'd call for one right now. He's leaning. Up, but he throws to first. He's going. Stolen base for Lonnie Smith. Nobody listens to me, right, John? So Smith at second base.
Ball is up in front of the bag. Had it been with a little more velocity, they might have gotten Smith.
They might have. That's his second stolen base of the year. He's a good base stealer, but remember, he has not played much. This is only his 8th game. Bouncer hit the short, and he's going to have to hurry. Off balance throw just in time. Holy cow. I don't know, the old eyes are going bad, but from here he looks safe. Maybe it's because the distance and everything, but.
Well, Tollefson has to hurry here, although he still throws the ball off the wrong foot and throws it hard, but
out.
Mattingly had him.
Right.
Nice stretch. Here it is again.
Oh,
he
nice
charges
stretch.
the ball.
The shortstop made the tough play, and then White says, nice stretch by Mattingly.
If he doesn't make the stretch, he doesn't get him.
You're right, White, but you could have said nice play by both.
Well, he's got to be careful with this fella here, Brett. You don't want him to beat you.
Right. He has twice bounced out to second base, but he's pitched him perfectly.
Perfectly here, might be walking.
Not a bad idea. Keep throwing that slider away. Trout gave a long look at Cerrone's signals, but couldn't get him, so he steps back off. 2 men out, no score. Top of the sixth. Ooh, got away with one error. Got it a little too far inside. Cerrone's going to go out and remind him. All-time leader in runs, hits, triples, home runs, RBIs, and average. Mr. Everything and money, right? And money. It's got to be a great feeling, White. Lifetime contract. And he got one of them? One of the lucky ones?
Yep, he got one. Quisenberry's got one. Wilson has one.
2 balls and a strike.
Corrales also had one.
Oh, no kidding? Two balls, 1 strike, 2 out.
At least that's what they said.
And a little looper. And Pags. Did he hold on? No, he didn't.
I don't think Palirulo saw the tarpaulin there. He was looking up, fighting the sun, trying to catch a ball, and he didn't see the tarpaulin. And that tarpaulin all of a sudden hit him. See, he didn't see the tarpaulin at all there. Now he hits
look
the
at
tarpaulin.
that, yep. Now he goes in.
Umpire right on top of that.
Yep.
John Shulock right there making sure.
Looked like Pags did hit his knee. Yeah, he's flexing that left knee. Limping a little bit. As Bill said, he didn't see it, and he did hit the top kind of solidly with the knee. Oh, just barely got a piece of it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Steve Trout. Lonnie Smith leading off second. That's low, 3-2. Can't give in and give him a fastball here. And Brett probably realizes that. Nope. That was as close to an intentional walk as possible. 3rd walk given up by Trout. Uh-oh. Here comes Piniella, and that could be it for Trout. Now, I don't know. This is first trip to the mound this inning. Or is it?
No, Mark Connor went out last inning when he got in trouble, and they got Arnsberger up. Now, Lou's probably going out just to ask him, how do you feel? It looks like Trout says, I'm okay. I'm not sure he went out with the intention of taking him out. He just wants to make sure he's still strong.
Okay.
To pitch to Frank White, a right-handed hitter.
You're right again, White. So he's done a job on Frank White, who was flying to right and bounced to third, but Frank White came close to hitting one in the seats. Just foul, a long foul deep into the left field seats.
As I mentioned earlier, White's a fastball hitter, likes the ball up. Looks fastball all the time.
Ball 1. Strike 1-1. That just nicked the corner. Fly ball, and moving to his left is Warden. He's over there to make that Kelly. Roberto Kelly. Oh, he got a good jump on that ball. Inning, no score as we look in Dave Winfield. And is that Willie Randolph?
That's the co-captain.
All right. Tell you, Willie, Yankees have really missed him, and he has missed playing, having one of his finest years, if not his finest year, up to date. He's still right up there at the league leaders in several categories. And Cerrone takes the ball. Rick bounced to short his first time up. Two balls, no strikes. I think that's the first time he had a 3-0 count on Gary Ward and came back to get him to ground out, but very few others has he been behind on the count. Strike 1, 2-1. Hey, White, did you ever root for the Browns? I know you were a Cardinal. You did?
I'm a Cleveland Brown fan.
No, St. Louis.
Oh, no.
Oh, listen to that.
Crazy?
Wait a minute.
St. Louis Browns?
Yes, St. Louis Browns. They played in the same park as your Cardinals.
No, not when I was there.
No?
They were gone to Baltimore by then.
Oh, okay. You're right. 3 balls, 1 strike. But anyway, they're having a reunion, you know, for the St. Louis Browns. He's not even interested. That's 3-2.
You got that right.
I'll wait till Martin comes in.
Yeah, talk to Martin about the St. Louis Browns.
Listen to this record. They had 8 seasons consecutively with 100 or more defeats. Hard grounder right at second, and Frank White is there. 1 man out on a high throw to Brett. And now Wayne Tallison, who flied to left his first time up. Co-captain Willie Randolph. Little pep talk, Willie. Strange ball game. Here it is, bottom of the 6th, and only Tallison's second time at bat in the ball game. Bluffs a bunt, takes it high, ball 1. No score. Only been 5 hits in the ball game. The Royals have 3, the Yankees 2. Pulled foul into the seats, 1-1. Another foul, this time in the Royal dugout.
Well, both pitchers have the hitters nibbling at that quick slider down and in.
They really have. They can't do much with it either. If they don't swing and miss, they fouled it off.
Actually, it's a ball.
Right. Foul back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got him, could not check it. Boy, he's done that to a lot of Yankee hitters in the ball game. And Trout has done the same thing. That's strikeout number 5.
This is way out of the strike zone down and in. Hard to lay off, I guess.
Really, his motion must be something because they commit themselves. Here is Roberto Kelly, who struck out and flied to right field. Foul tip, strike 1.
We mentioned earlier, Kelly called up and Paul Zuvella returned to Columbus. Roberto Kelly from Panama.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Having a few problems in Panama.
Yes, unfortunately they are. Low inside, 2 balls and a strike. Along with Haiti and a lot of the Latin American countries. Foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, no score, bottom of the 6th. Danny Jackson. Stays alive, fouling it off. Two balls, 2 strikes. 3-2. 2 men are out. Ball 4, so Kelly is on. And that is the first walk given up by Jackson. Let's see now. Henry Canto, who has one of the 2 Yankee hits. He singled last time up, was thrown out trying to steal. And how about this? His kid Roberto Kelly had 48 stolen bases. And that was at Columbus?
At Columbus, in 102 games, he'd only been caught 6 times.
Woohoo! Let's see. Ball 1. Time is called. What are they pointing at?
Something out in right center field. Is there? Oh, there's a baseball out in right center field. That is that a baseball?
I don't know, but that umpire's got great eyes. Yep.
Well,
a rubber ball.
Tennis ball.
Tennis ball. Bad arm. He's got to run all. He's got to run out and get it. Is that Willie Wilson?
That's Mr. Wilson.
All right. One ball on Cotto. You see if Roberto Kelly gets a good jump. No score. The youngster gets back. Oh, that tricky, stepping off and throwing flat-footed.
Piniella is on the first base umpire.
Yeah.
He thinks he should have gotten a balk call there. Let's see. Does he step off quickly enough? Yeah, he steps off and throws over there. That's a Righetti move. First base umpire is Tim McClellan. There's Piniella. And
Kid's got a big lead.
He wants to go, doesn't he?
Yep.
But he didn't.
Out in front, he fouled it off the end of the bat 1-on-1. I thought he was really going to go that time. He was really out of reach. Look at that. No score. 3 hits for the Royals, 2 for the Yankees. Neither team has erred. There he goes. Oh, man, he had that bag stolen. He broke the bat. But he had the bag stolen, and Cotto swung at a ball out of the strike zone. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kelly really had a good jump that time. We'll see Jackson probably throw over there or pitch out, one or the other. No, neither. Oh, just out in front a little bit. Man, did he cream that. Just like Frank White earlier on in the ball game. There he goes, and it's fouled back again. Now, neither White nor Salazar were breaking. I don't know whether they're quick enough to see the ball fouled and not move, but I think somebody might have missed who was going to cover there. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Kelly is making Danny Jackson work and worry out there. There he goes again. He's going to make it this time. A stolen base for the youngster. How I like. That was a dandy. His first try as a Yankee, White.
Gets a good jump, really running all out, not looking in toward the plate.
Boy, that does save you a fraction of a second, and most of the time that's what you're thrown out by. Catcher had to hurry his throw.
Well, the catcher, Larry Owen, had made a fine throw to catch Cotto back in the 4th inning.
Right.
Got him by plenty. But Kelly snuck in there. It's first stolen base.
All right, now Henry. Get another look at it.
Got a big jump. He got a big jump on.
Excellent jump. And yet a good throw would have been very close. All right, now. Oh, he's out on strikes on a slider. So, nothing across on the Pepsi scoreboard at the end of 6. Royals nothing and the Yankees nothing.
The Minnesota Twins. So the 7th inning here, and it's 0-0. The Yankees and the Kansas City Royals, and leading off for the Royals against Tim Stoddard is Danny Tartabull, the right fielder, who was struck out and walked.
I believe that the Oakland Athletics are really going to come on also at the end.
Well, let's see. The Athletics just 2 games behind the Minnesota Twins. That's foul off third base. Palarulo looking for it, but he has no chance. That's well back in the seats behind the dugout. I don't think Pags could see the ball.
I think he lost that ball in the sun. In fact,
Can't
I know
see
he
it.
did.
Yeah. He'll have to get some help from Tollison.
Any balls hit out to third base or left field right about this time, Bill's going to be trouble.
No balls and a strike on Danny Tartabull, who was struck out and walked in the game. Sliders high, 1-1. Tartabull batting .295, 14 home runs, 46 runs batted in. Royals got him from the Seattle Mariners. 1-2.
He has a little hitch in his swing, which tells you that breaking balls, off-speed stuff could bother him. He's strictly a fastball hitter.
2-2 on Danny Tartabull. It'll be Tartabull, Jackson, and Salazar for the Royals.
And you have a fastball pitcher on the mound right this time. That's his best pitch.
Tim Stoddard. Three and 2. Stoddard is making his 34th relief appearance for the Yankees. He's won 2 and lost 2. And he has 3 saves. Dave Righetti still leads the Yankees in saves with 18. Tartabull going after a bad pitch. That was up and out of the strike zone.
That was ball 4, Bill. If you're a Yankee, you're happy about it. And if you're a Royal, you're very upset.
Tartabull down on strikes for out number 1. That'll bring up Bo Jackson, the left fielder. Tom Hinkie of the Blue Jays leads the American League in saves with 23. Reardon of Minnesota has 21. Dan Plesac of Milwaukee 20. Then Dave Righetti 18. So Dave's a little bit behind schedule so far.
2 big months coming up. You know, sometimes you get saves, Bill, when they're not even important. You know, you just can't count it, but that's the way they score them.
Jackson has grounded to third and singled through the left side. He's 1 for 2 in the game. Montreal leading Chicago 1-0. That game in the 2nd inning at Wrigley Field. Right here it's 0-0. We're in the top of the 7th. 1 out, nobody on. The Yankees and the Kansas City Royals. The Yankees no runs on 2 hits. The Royals no runs on 3. These 2 teams have scored just 3 runs over the last 15 innings against each other.
It's like we talked about earlier, Bill. They're just not scoring. Neither club is, but they're getting good pitching. And you get good pitching, you stay right in there. That eventually the runs are going to come around. You just, as a manager, you keep saying win.
1-1 on Jackson. 1-2 on Jackson. What do you do to get a team to maybe get out of that slump when they're not scoring runs?
I think you have to change your whole philosophy of managing. You got to go after some things like bunt early in the ball game, hit and run and hit, double steal, another ball 3, strike 1. You got to do everything possible to generate something. Otherwise, you just lay back and keep waiting for those bats to do the job. They won't. Sometimes you just won't do it.
3 balls and a strike on Jackson. And that's ball 4. Bo Jackson walks. So Jackson on at first base. 1 man out. And Angel Salazar is the batter. He has struck out and single to right. Salazar was up in the 5th inning with runners at first and second. And Trout went 3-2 on him, and Salazar single to right field. It was 3-1 on him, and he singled to right field, but the ball went to Winfield. They decided to hold Tartabull at third, and then Owen, the catcher, grounded into a double play. Started nicely by Tollison, who grabbed the ball, stepped on second, and got it to Mattingly in time. It's about as close as anybody's come in this ball game to score it.
And that was a good play by Tollison.
1-0 on Salazar. There goes Jackson in the right field. Jackson waiting, and they almost doubled him off, but he got back. Well, they were decoying Jackson out around second base, Bonilla and Tollison, and he couldn't pick up the ball right away.
Well, that's something you're taught down in the minor leagues. When you take your first 4 steps and you try to time it when the ball's going to the plate, and then you give that quick look while you're on a dead run. And when you keep your head down like Bo did right there, you're going to get doubled off a lot. He has a little to learn in this game yet. You know, it's not that very easy to change from football to baseball. You have to do a little more thinking, I think, in this game to just carry a ball and run around your little men in front of you to protect you.
Here's Larry Owen, the catcher. He is struck out and grounded into a double play. He's over 2. 0-0, playing the top of the 5th. Bo Jackson on at first base and 2 outs.
And baseball is one of the few sports that when you bring a boy out of college, it takes him 3 years in the minor leagues to be able to play in the major leagues. Although in football, you take them right out of college, it's like their farm department, and they can jump right into pro football.
1 ball, 1 strike. Jackson wants to get the dirt out of his shoes. And Pat Clements loosening up for the Yankees. Out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Larry Owen.
Getting a good lead over there right now, Bill.
Think you'd move him with Owen up?
I think so. This is a good time.
Got to look at Bob Stoddard loosening up for the Kansas City Royals. A bit high. 2-2.
2-1, you'd probably be looking for a pitch out. 2-2 right now. They can't afford to pitch out, so we'll just see if Billy Gardner is going to take a chance and send him on this pitch right here. Got good speed at first base.
Yep, 2-2 the count with 2 outs. No score. Out of play.
You have a lot of players that miss a lot of signs, Bill. I've had players that you had to break the signs down so simple that even a 4-year-old child can get it because they do make mistakes out there.
There goes Jackson, and he's got it stolen. Almost standing. He slowed up into second base.
And the reason why I said that because Gardner looked over at the third base coach and said, how come he didn't go? I think the sign was missed pitch before.
Now he's looking in. That's where you lose just a little bit of your timing and running. See him look in there, and then he had to stop and slow up. You can break an ankle that way, but stolen easily by Bo Jackson. He's down at second now with 2 outs. They count 3 balls, 2 strikes on Larry Owen. No score here in the 7th inning.
Owen should be a little tardy at the plate, so.
And that's ball 4. And the Royals have runners at first and second with 2 outs. And Willie Wilson will be the batter.
Well, Willie's a slap hitter, Bill. We'll go the opposite field with Stoddard. You know, he fastballs up off the plate, out of the outside part of the plate. He just try to go over third base, over shortstop. What you try to do with Willie, you try to jam him, pitch him inside, and force him to pull the ball because he can't get around on a good fastball.
Well, we know Cotto throws fairly well. How about the center fielder, Kelly?
Kelly has a decent arm. I saw it in spring training. Pretty decent.
Oh, the Yankee outfielders with good arms, they will not have to play too deeply here on Willie Wilson. As the Royals, we look at Kelly. The Royals have the go-ahead run down at second base with 2 outs. Ball 1.
Here comes Lou.
Think he'll turn him around?
He might want
bring
to force
Clements to get Jackson on the other side.
I think he might do that, Bill. He jumped out of the dugout. He didn't walk out slow.
He was not very happy with the walks. After striking out Tardo, Bo Jackson was walked by Stoddard. Salazar hit the right field, and Owen was walked. And out the count, 1 ball, no strikes on Willie Wilson. Pinella's still going to go with Tim Stoddard.
Well, what is Willie, a better hitter, left-handed and right-handed, Bill?
Wilson, as a left-handed hitter, is hitting 299. As a right-handed hitter, he's hitting 245. And the power on the left side, what power he does have, 3 home runs, and 11 of his 13 runs batted in, batting left-handed. There's a strike, 1-1.
But he has that good jump on the left side where he can beat out infield hits where he can't do it on the right side. So it is an advantage for him.
Two balls, 1 strike on Wilson.
Base on balls, base on balls. No defense against it.
Another thing that hurts you too, when you're not around the plate, the rest of your team sort of relaxes a little bit. They get the ball over so we can catch it rather than ball. That's a good rip by Wilson, and it's 2-2.
It puts you in a slumber, you know, like a little fiesta time. Or siestas, right after the fiesta.
3 balls, 2 strikes on Wilson. This will mean the runners will be moving. Jackson from second base and Larry Owen from first with a 3-2 count and 2 outs.
Here again, Bill, is that play. If that pitcher kicks up his foot real high, actually within the rule, he can go to third base with the ball, but they will call it a balk, but I don't think it is.
Right back to Stoddard on the check swing. He waits on Mattingly, and the side is retired. So the Yankees get out of trouble. No runs, no hits. The Royals leave 2. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, the Yankees nothing, Royals nothing. Let's pause for station identification. Opener of a big 3-game set between the first place Yankees and the second place Detroit Tigers.
White, look at that. Don't ignore that sign just because they got my name first.
I think that was very nice.
Well, you deserve to be first.
Oh, hey, that was very, very good, Connie.
I don't believe that's so, but thank you. What's the problem out here?
Well, we're waiting for the right fielder, Tartabull, and Frank White. They're having a discussion out there along with Jackson, who's pitched a heck of a ball game and a scoreless game. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Jackson's still out there. Trout's gone. We mentioned Trout went 6 innings, gave up no runs on 3 hits. Walked 3, struck out 6 in an excellent third outing as a Yankee starter.
Now there's another ball on the field out there. I hate to see that.
Where they're coming from. This isn't ball day, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's ball day.
Ball day and helmet
I thought
day.
it was helmet day and bat day.
No.
They don't have those good arms up there, otherwise there'd be some helmets out there.
1-1 on Mattingly. He's batting .333, 18 home runs, 69 runs batted in.
Montreal 2, Chicago zip.
Base hit for Mattingly. Mattingly picks up his first hit. Yankees third. He becomes a go-ahead run there at first base. He's now 1 for 3.
The last 2 balls he hit right on the nose. The one that Troutable made the great catch.
Dave Winfield, the batter, 0 for 2. A strikeout and a bounce out for Winfield. Base hit passed up for Cota at third base, and Mattingly will hold at second. So the Yankees now, with back-to-back singles from Don Mattingly and Dave Winfield, are threatening against Danny Jackson in the 7th inning.
I mean, he lashes this one.
That's the first time in a ball game the Yankees have had 2 base runners on against Jackson.
Right.
And the Royals will get some action out in the bullpen now. That's Jose Martinez, the third base coach. Billy Gardner checking out the Yankee lineup. He's got a left-hander and a right-hander getting loose. The left-hander is number 34. We don't have him listed here. Is that Jerry Don Gleaton, the left-hander?
Another ball on the field.
And he tried to go to right field and fouled it back. Jackson getting the ball up a little bit now.
Well, that's a sign when you get a little tired, Bill. You start getting the ball higher and higher and higher, and that's what the manager looked for, and that's why they go out and make the change.
He's been keeping the ball down most of the ball game.
That's correct.
Try to go to right field with a pitch down and in and swung over it. It's 0-2.
Was that a slider?
Yep.
That's a good pitch when you're tired.
Nobody likes to bunt anymore, do they?
And Ward down on strikes on a high hard one. That's strikeout number 7 for Danny Jackson. He has walked just 1 so far. Well, runner is still at first and second, and here's Juan Bonilla, the second baseman, who's grounded to short and single to left. He dropped a single in the left field in the 5th inning.
Well, Frank White is playing close to second base with Benny up there who can go to right field. I think he's playing a little out of position. We might see a ground ball go to his left where he should have been able to get it if he's playing normally. Oh, he's moved back over now. He must have heard. He must have an ear set on.
Although he's hit a ground ball right at Frank White a couple of times in this series. That hitch, if he gets a hold of one.
That's 2 balls, no strikes on Bonilla. Bonilla's been up 10 times, has 3 base hits since rejoining the Yankees this year.
He's a good contact hitter. With White giving the decoy like hold him on and moving back, if the coach sees that, you can give a sign, and it'd be the perfect time for a double steal.
Not with Mattingly.
Not with Mattingly. I did it with the slowest runners in the world. The thing is called element of surprise.
Yeah?
Really, because that's the last thing they're looking for.
That's true, especially with Mattingly out there.
3-0. 3-1. And that's ball four. The bases are loaded for Mike Pagliarulo with one away. Only the second walk given up by Danny Jackson. Once again, Billy Gardner and Lou Piniella matching wits. Pags 0 for 2 so far in the game. The Yankees now have the bases loaded with one away.
Well, Owens is doing a lot of directing down there, telling his third baseman where to play, kind of telling the hitter where he's going to pitch him too.
That's right. You move him.
See that? He was pitching him away. Thank you, Mr. Owens. We have to look for that more often.
0-1. See the number 10 on the right shoulder of the Royals in memory of Dick Hauser, the late Dick Hauser. That should be far enough. Jackson backing up. Tagging and scoring easily from third base, Don Mattingly, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
That was clutch, protecting that plate by Pagliarulo.
He did the job, Phil. That's
Yep.
what you like to see. You know, you don't see that too often where a guy waits for a certain pitch where he can drive it and score the run like that. That's
You mentioned exactly where they want to pitch him, though. He pitched it
out
right
over
there
the
both
plate.
times.
Thanks to Mr. Owen, he told us exactly what they were going to do.
And now here's Rick Cerrone. Frank White, that'll retire the side. Yankees pick up a run to go ahead on 2 base hits, leave 2 men on base, and at the end of 7, the Yankees lead Kansas City 1-0. Well, Lonnie Smith will lead off against Tim Stoddard. We're in the 8th inning. 1-0 Yankees over Kansas City. Smith 1 for 2 in the game. That's a ball. Yankees coming through. Mike Pagliarulo, a sacrifice fly to left field, scoring Don Mattingly from third base. Only the 4th run scored in these 2 games between these 2 teams. Yankees are winners last night 2-1 over the Royals as Rick Rhoden pitched well for the Yankees. And so did Mark Gubaza for the Kansas City Royals. Jammed him. Pagliarulo at third. And there's one away.
He juggled that a little bit, but came through.
He's playing even with the bag. Ball got in on Smith a little bit, although he got the head of the bat out.
But like you say, White, he didn't extend those arms. And oh, yeah.
One out here is Bill Pacoda. Pacoda went in to play third base for Kevin Seitzer. Seitzer has got a bad hand, did you say, Phil? He got it in the game against Baltimore?
Right, Seitzer did, yep.
He has a base hit just out of reach of Tollison. And Pacoda will hold at first base with a 1-out single. He represents the tying run in the 8th inning.
Here comes Lou again, Bill.
Well, he's got Righetti out there now with Brett coming up. And Pinella wants Dave Righetti to come on here and pitch to George Brett with a tying run at first base and 1 out. Brett at 291, 7 home runs, 34 runs batted in.
George Brett.
He hasn't had that good of luck against Righetti, as you can see by those stats right there.
I'm sure Pinella knows that. I remember, though, a couple of years ago with Guidry pitching against Dusty Baker. I think Baker was 0 for 11 or 0 for 12 against Guidry. First pitch, bang, base hit, game tied or the game won. That'll be past Mattingly out into right field. Let's see if Pacoda will challenge Winfield. He will not. Well, that's a big man to have out there in right field. They can run the bases one at a time.
He sure is. Also, Brett just looked like he was sitting on that fastball. He took the slider in the first pitch and just jumped on that fastball just as soon as he got it. Here's Big Dave. Plays that right field as good as anybody.
Got an excellent arm. Last night, when Wilson was at third on that ball to shallow right center, once again the Royals respected Winfield's arm, and that eventually won the ball game for the Yankees.
When the great Joe D was at the twilight of his career, he kept it a secret for about 4 years that his arm had gone, and they still respected his arm. He still never took the extra base, thinking that he still had that great arm.
Maris had a good arm in right field. People think about Rogers a home run hitter, but he played a lot of good baseball. Ran the bases well.
One of the best right fielders I ever saw was Roger Maris.
Here's Frank White. 0 for 3. Ball 1.
He played shallow. In order to hit a ball to score anybody, you had to hit a double or a triple because you never hit one in front of him to score anybody. Roger was outstanding.
Fouled back and out of play. That fastball, and that's White's pitch. Up and out over the plate. It's 1-1.
And they've had some tough times in Kansas City when they have to use Frank as their 4th hitter. He's not that type of a hitter. And most ball clubs, he'd be the 7th or 8th hitter.
Somebody said a couple of years ago they asked him to try it to hit home runs rather than worry about the average. Fouled back again. A ball and 2 strikes on Frank White. The Yankees leading 1-0. The Royals have runners at first and second in the top of the 8th with 1 away. Dave Righetti in for Tim Stoddard, who relieved Steve Trout in the 7th inning. Righetti here in inning number 8.
Well, Frank is actually sitting on that fastball right at this point, and an all-speed pitch right now or a little slider could give him trouble. He might chase a breaking ball.
That's pulled into the left field corner. It is foul.
That was a fastball inside, wasn't it?
Down and in, and he golfed it. And almost hit it into the left field corner for a home run. See how close this ball hits here. It's hooking.
Just barely foul, about a foot. Game of inches.
Broke his bat. Still went into the corner. So White gets new lumber, and the count still a ball and 2 strikes on him. Pacoda at second base, Brett on at first, 1 away.
Well, he's way ahead of the count right now, and let's just see if they throw an off-speed pitch or something and make him chase, because certainly Frank's the one who has to be anxious to the plate.
There's a curveball, a check swing. Infield fly was called. You ever let that ball fall and without touching before it hit the ground just to see who would run?
I tried it. I tried the trap play and everything else, and then the umpire jump in and say, "No play, Billy. You can't fool us." You know, so
I'm not trying to fool you. I'm trying to fool the base runner.
That's what I tried to tell him. You're 100% right. That's why they came up with that rule there. They also came up with another rule. When Vic Powers on first base, he'd always stand inside. I'd run over him, and the umpire would award me second base and give him an error. So they changed that rule also.
This is Danny Tartabull taking a strike. 2 outs, 2 on. Yankees lead 1-0. Top of the 8th.
And this is a big hitter for Rags right now.
Breaking ball, strike 2. Tartabull sitting on the fastball.
2 good pitches by Rags. Really outstanding. Yes, sir, Bill. There's no question about it. He's looking for the heater. He backdoored him right there with 2 sliders.
That breaking ball misses. 1-2 on Tartabull.
Another good pitch. Just missed.
Tartabull has struck out. He has walked and struck out 0 for 2. There's that pitch again.
Oh, that's awful close. I'd have to punch him out just for taking it.
Coming inside now and backs him away. 2-2.
Well, if you were up there hitting out, Bill, what would you think would be coming up there if you're a right-hand hitter?
For a right-hand hitter, I wouldn't know. I would think about the slider that since he came inside on the outside part of the plate, whatever he wants to throw out there, but I'd look for the ball away.
I'd agree with you.
And it's too far away. It's 3-2. Now the runners will be moving with the count 3-2 on Tartabull with 2 outs and runners at first and second.
Lou's voicing an argument on the bench. Those pitches are pretty close, and I can understand Lou's feelings because when you're on the other side, you want everything back there. I used to.
Bo Jackson waiting to hit. Runners are going. Slow bounce to Palirulo. Wide to third. That'll retire the side. Tartabull bounces out 5-3. No runs, 2 hits, and the Royals lead 2. At the end of 7.5, Yankees 1, Royals nothing. People who carry Yankee baseball up there, Bernie Aiello. Wayne Tollison fouls it back. Did I say that name right, Rizzuto?
Very good. Danny Aiello is an actor here in New York, and Don Ross sells him pizzas.
No, shoes.
No,
pizzas,
no,
right?
Pizzas.
Oh, they taste like shoes.
Tollison tried to bunt, takes it bat back. It's high, 1-1.
Just kidding, Don.
1-0 Yankees, bottom of the 8th inning. Royals left behind 9 people on base. The Yankees 4. Yankees lead 1-0 after 7.5. 1-2.
Well, the Yankee defense tonight has really helped them quite a bit, and I think defense does make your pitching.
No, that's a good nose there, Martin, but it hasn't been broken yet.
Why are you talking to me?
Look, it's a straight nose. Mike, look at that, a perfect nose.
Why are you talking to me?
You know what his name is? Wait a minute, Mike Roman. How nosy can you get? Right, a Roman nose. Now that is the height of beauty, a Roman nose.
Why? Because it roams all over your face?
2-2. He's shaking his head down there.
It's a sign of greatness, Phil, really. Big nose,
really?
Yeah, big nose sign of greatness. That's why you're a great person.
Tollison down on strikes, down and in for the 2nd time in the ball game. Danny Jackson's still out there. He's given up just a run on 4 hits.
You never seen a Roman emperor with a pug nose, did you?
No, no.
That's strikeout number 8 for Jackson. And here's Roberto Kelly, who was struck out, fly to right, walked, and stolen a base. Kelly called up from Columbus, where he was having an excellent year, hitting .300, 10 home runs, 54 runs batted in. And the ball's hit past Pacoda. Kelly will hold it first. That's his first Major League base hit.
There will be a celebration in Panama City tonight.
All right, I want to tell you. And he can fly. He hit this so hard that the third baseman didn't have time to.
That went through his legs.
Yep.
He's got great power also, Phil. The right.
And that will not be his first Major League base hit.
They gave
yes, it's a hit.
Oh, that went through his legs. And,
I don't care. It's a
Red,
hit.
After I saw it, the ball went through his legs.
So what? Red, he didn't give him a hit.
Red is right.
They gave him an error.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Oh, you got to be
right
kidding.
through his legs, Scooter.
That doesn't. Right through his legs. It hit him in the foot. He didn't have time to move. Joe DiMaggio used to hit the ball like that, and he'd get hits. He'd handcuff the third baseman.
Well, we'll argue about it off the air because right now we've got a new pitcher coming on.
Who's anybody?
The name we haven't mentioned in these close ball games, Dan Quisenberry.
Yeah, he is not getting that call like he used to.
He's got a good record this year, 4 wins and a loss, but just 7 saves. So Dan Pasqua facing John Davis. As Danny Jackson is taken out, he pitched an excellent ball game. Jackson gave up just a run on 4 hits. Once again, Kelly's grounder ruled an error. As Pasqua takes high ball 1. Pasqua batting an even .200. 9 home runs, 26 runs batted in.
This is a good time for Kelly to steal that base. He's got great speed. I think he's got 40-some bases stole down in Columbus.
I think he can get a better jump on this kid out there on the mound.
Yeah, he's got a big high kick and
It's
slow delivery
too going out there, and there he goes.
Oh,
he had that
man.
stolen.
He does. He's like Ricky Henderson. At first step, he's in high gear. He's going to be an exciting ball player.
He's got all the tools, Phil. Good power, very good defensively, good speed on the bases, good attitude, loves the game, and he's hungry. He's from a country that doesn't produce that many top players, but when they come up here, they're outstanding.
The grip on the ball. And as a result, he threw it on the second base side of the bag.
Oh, I tell you, this kid can fly. Look at this. He's tearing up that old pea patch.
Kelly's second stolen base of the game. Watch that ball tail over toward the second base side of second.
You'd like to see that speed, Bill. Excuse me for interrupting. You'd like to see that speed because the Yankees are lacking that speed on the bases.
Especially with Henderson hurting. 2-2 on Dan Pasqua.
I tried to save you, Phil.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The old eyes are going back on me.
No, you were out there. I thought you were going to make a play.
Two and two the count. In the left field. Jackson going back. He has room now on the warning track. Makes a catch, and Kelly will go to third.
I mean, Jackson showed me something playing, but I like what Kelly did there, Billy. He didn't go halfway like a lot of even veterans might have done. He knows he could score if the ball drops, or if it goes over the fence, he trots around.
That's correct, Phil. He could have scored if the ball drops in there easy. Could have walked home, and then the ball being caught like it was. He's over third base. Now he can score in a wild pitch.
Right.
You know, I've been impressed by the defense of this kid. Obviously, he's got a lot of things to learn swinging the bat, but he does an excellent job as they're going to walk Mattingly here intentionally.
Now we got a pitcher right out there right now. Doesn't look like he can throw a pitch out.
Mattingly will be walked intentionally. They want to pitch to Dave Winfield. That's ball 3. Terry Owen. And we might see pinch hitters for Salazar and Owen.
There's that famous comment up there, no problem.
No problem.
Well, sometimes if you get 2 strikes in a hitter right here, Bill, you could try a double steal and try to steal a run.
I like that play you used to pull, Billy, and they play it here once in a while where The guy in first will run and then fall down, make believe he tripped.
Winfield takes it up high, ball one.
And even though they're aware of it, Phil, you'll catch them off guard one time or another, and then you won't do it too many times, but the 1 or 2 times you do it, you might win a ball game.
That's right.
Ball two.
First, you might see something right now. You might see Davis trying to overthrow the ball, and you might get a wild pitch. This is what happens. Pitcher reaches back for that little extra.
That breaking ball miss. 3-0.
Think he's got the hit sign?
Yes.
What do you think, Bill?
He very seldom swings. I don't think I've ever seen Dave swing at a 3-0 pitch.
He always
since
takes
he's been here, yeah?
Always takes it.
3-1.
Right down Broadway.
Guard one time or another, and then you won't do it too many times, but the 1 or 2 times you do it, you might win a ball game.
That's right.
Ball two.
First, you might see something right now. You might see Davis trying to overthrow the ball, and you might get a wild pitch. This is what happens. Pitcher reaches back for that little extra.
That breaking ball miss. 3-0.
Think he's got the hit sign?
Yes.
What do you think, Bill?
He very seldom swings. I don't think I've ever seen Dave swing at a 3-0 pitch.
He always
since
takes
he's been here, yeah?
Always takes it.
3-1.
Right down Broadway.
Bases are loaded. Ball four.
Here comes Billy Gardner.
Billy was a good second baseman. Yeah, he could play that position.
He's from Connecticut, isn't he?
He wants another pitcher. He's already signaled.
Well, he's got Quisenberry. We've talked about Quisenberry earlier, and Quisenberry's the fellow who's coming on here. So once again, while the pitching change is being made, let's take time out along the Yankee Baseball Network for the following message.
Ball over, and when he's on, he's untouchable.
Well, Quisenberry at one point the best relief pitcher in baseball. 4 straight years he led the league in saves. 1982 he saved 35 games. 1983 he saved 45. 1984, 44 games, and in 1985 he saved 37 games. He made 84 appearances in 1985.
That's an awful lot.
Of course, that was the year the Royals beat the St. Louis Cardinals in the World Series. So Mike Easler will bat for Gary Ward with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the 8th inning, and the Yankees leading 1-0 over Kansas City.
And Mike is a good contact hitter, but we have an erratic pitcher out there, so you just have to sit and be patient up there and get the pitch to hit.
You also probably have to make him throw strikes.
That's correct.
Dan Quisenberry. That's a ball outside.
Didn't throw that hard enough to break a pane of glass, that one.
But now, you feel like going down there?
1-1. Eastler batting .275, 1 home run, 5 runs batted in.
I think it gives you a lot of legs, Phil, and a lot of arms out there. And actually, it's more motion you're getting than really any velocity from.
No, that's true.
From his strong right arm. It used to be strong after all those reliefs.
A bit low. Owen tried to lift it, but home plate umpire Jim McKean said no, it's 2-1 on Eastler.
Somebody threw another ball out of the stands. Normally the fans will point to whoever the culprit might be, and then he can be escorted out of the ballpark.
2-2 on Eastler. Mike's trying to pull the ball. Normally he hits the ball where it's pitched, left center, right center, but I think he's trying to hit a grand slam home run.
A single right now would be the thing to do, but I guess he's a little anxious up there naturally. Wants to do the job.
Well, it's 3-2.
Ooh.
Everybody will be running on the pitch.
And now you separate the men from the boys in this one pitch.
This is tough. You wonder who's got the advantage here. The batter going to swing at anything close.
The left field, Jackson might have misjudged it, and he did misjudge it. 1 run scores, Mattingly scores, Winfield will score. Eastler at second base, and the Yankees now lead 4-0.
Well, that sun certainly came into play right there.
Oh, we mentioned earlier, that's a tough sun field.
It is. It always has been, Bill. Going right back to when I first come here in 1950. I've seen more left fielders make bad plays. Jackie Robinson in the World Series blew a home run that I hit that he said he should have caught, but it's in the record book. It was a sun field.
Wait a minute.
Remember they put Jackie in left field in the 50s?
Oh, okay.
He lost the ball in the sun, went 1 row in.
So Mike Eastler a double and 3 runs batted in. The Yankees have some insurance runs. Now they lead 4-0. That's 3 big runs batted in for Mike Eastler as he cleared the bases. Winfield really digging from first base to score. Juan Bonilla is 1 for 2.
And like you mentioned, he went the other way where that's when he's a better hitter.
Tried to pull the first 2.
Yes, he did. Of course, he might have took a little bit off it and got it inside.
A strike on Bonilla. High bouncer to White at second. And the side is retired, but not before the Yankees pick up 3 big runs on just 1 base hit. And at the end of 8, the Yankees 4, Kansas City 0.
Well, it looks like Quisenberry might have messed up that mound so badly that Righetti had to call a ground crew out to do a little finagling out there on the mound to get it back to the way he liked it.
A little what?
It's a Brooklyn expression, finagling, which I have tried to do with you many times and never works because you probably didn't know what the word meant.
You're right.
Pitching line on Davis, 1/3 of an inning. No hits, 2 runs.
What does it mean?
It means that you do something that's not quite legal and you try to get away with it.
Yeah, you've done that a lot.
Both turns, 2 walks, 1 extension, no strikeouts.
So Righetti's job, he's got a 4-run lead. The pitcher of record, though, is Tim Stoddard.
Line on Jackson, 7 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts.
Bo Jackson will be leading off this inning, and he had played a outstanding ball game defensively, but that last line drive that Eastler hit out there really fooled him. And there's no way with his great athletic ability he could get back and leap up and grab that one. So this is a big ball game for the Yankees because both the Tigers and Toronto playing later on tonight, and if the Yankees can hold on to win, it puts a little more pressure on those two teams. You got it right.
Here's Bo Jackson. 1 for 2 in the game. Yankees now lead 4-0. Righetti with a chance of picking up his 19th save of the year. Look at today's attendance.
45,131. Now, you know the traffic had a lot to do with those empty seats up there that I was talking about.
It's 1-1. Jackson batting .256, 19 home runs, 47 runs batted in for the youngster. That's a bit high, 2-1. Don't forget, we'll be on air again Friday. Opening game against the Detroit Tigers.
All right.
And the Bengals are on the prowl.
Yes.
They're looking for Rizzutos. Two and 2. 3 and 2. What are they saying?
Boho, I think, right? I'd like to get the first name of the player they're getting on and just keep repeating it.
Ball's out in right field again. Ball 4, Jackson walks. Second time Bo Jackson's walked in the game. And that'll bring up Angel Salazar. Salazar 1 for 3. Ball 1. Hey, we're going to get a chance to see one of my favorite players when he was here.
Who?
Steve Balboni.
He's going to come up and hit?
Yeah. After and there he is, Big Steve from up in Manchester, New Hampshire. Very, very quiet fella. Nice young man. It's just too bad he couldn't make it here with the pressure.
Yeah.
He kept that U.S. Air in business.
Yeah, he was one of those guys flying back and forth to Columbus. But Steve had some problems last year with his health, and this year has not been able to win the steady job. He's got Brett over there now, so.
He's got the bad back.
Uh-huh.
One ball, one strike on Salazar. Oakland leading California 1-0 in the third. It's a catcher, Steinbeck. That hit him on the foot, foul. A home run for the Oakland Athletics. They're gradually putting together a pretty competitive ball club.
Oakland.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes.
They had Canseco hitting the long ball last year. They've got McGuire this year.
And Canseco's starting to pick up now. He's over 20 home runs.
Mike Davis, a good outfielder.
Yeah, oh, excellent.
They got to keep Carney Lansford healthy.
He's a good man. He can play a lot of positions.
Popped up, shallow right. Winfield will take charge as Bonilla backs off, and that's the first out in the 9th inning.
Here comes your man, Big Steve Balboni. A lot of power, but another guy that strikes out a lot. And speaking of power, right now McGuire is on a pace that would exceed Roger Maris's 61 home runs if he keeps it up. It's hard to tell with that kid how strong he is, but
Balboni has a dozen home runs. See, McGuire has 36.
Means he needs 26 more homers.
Let's see, Oakland's playing today. They have, after today, they'll have 61 games left. They're playing their 101st game today. Can he do it in that amount of games?
Well, he'd have to hit one every other ball game, just about. Balboni's got a good swing, but he just misses a lot of pitches.
Well, he's got that blind spot up and in. Plus, he has some problems once in a while with the curveball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Steve Balboni. There's a breaking ball. He goes down on strikes for out number 2. Righetti got him with a bad curve or slider, whatever you want to call it. This ball's in the dirt. Willie Wilson will turn around, bat right-handed for the second time. He didn't face.
Some kid went out, dove head first.
One or two fans can spoil the fun of over 45,000.
Yeah, that's true.
Wilson takes a curve for strike. Willie has struck out twice. He's grounded to short, bounced back to the mound. 0 for 4 against Yankee pitching here. The 1-1.
With all those delays, the first 6 innings took less than 2 hours, and this last 2.5 innings has taken over an hour to play. Of course, the throwing balls, timeouts.
1-2 on Wilson. Yankees 4. Royals nothing. Righetti working on his 19th save. Tim Stoddard would be the winner.
All right.
Right back through Righetti, and on the first, not in time. Mattingly keeps it from going into the dugout. Well, that's what happens when you're off balance. Righetti never is on balance once he turns the ball loose, and that ball went right through it.
That's it. That's a shame, too, because You can see how much he always tries to get it backhanded or turning around on his back, and maybe once out of 50 it'll happen. And Bonilla makes a good play, but his only chance was to get the runner at second. No chance to get Willie Wilson. There goes a base hit.
Runners now at first and second. And 2 outs. And the batter is Lonnie Smith. Yogi says it ain't over till it's over. A bit high. There's Smith swinging through the pitch. I'm not sure if Danny Jackson's pitched this well for the Royals all year, but he's going to end up 4-13 if this game goes the way it's going.
And he pitched a beautiful ball game.
Three and one. Well, if he walks Smith or Smith gets on, the tying run would be at the plate. And that would be Bill Pacoda. Three and two. Runner's going. Struck him out, and that'll do it. Well, the Yankees getting a run in the 7th, 3 more in the 8th. They hold on and beat the Royals for the 2nd straight time here. The final score, the Yankees 4 and the Royals nothing.
And we'll be back.